I'm Mike Barham. I'm the media liaison for Galco Gunleather, and we're out here at Gunsight Academy to talk about how to properly break in a leather holster. Now, when you get a new holster, you may find that it's a little bit tight. So what we need to do is break that holster in, much like you'd break in a new pair of leather boots or even a baseball glove. We've got Ruger's popular Commander style 1911 here, which we've verified to be unloaded, very important when you start out. And we've got Galco's Avenger holster, one of our more popular designs. Now, when this holster first comes out of the factory box, you may notice it's a little bit tight, like this one is, a little bit difficult to draw from. So what we're going to do to break this holster in is we're going to start with a method called blocking. And that involves taking a plastic storage bag like this one. You can probably find one in your kitchen, a freezer bag, something like that. And we're going to take the unloaded pistol, put it in the bag, wrap it up nice and tight, and we're going to push it down into the holster. And as we do that, we're going to kind of wiggle it back and forth 5 or 10 degrees until we can get it fully seated into the holster. Then, if the holster has a tension unit like this Avenger does, we're going to go ahead and tighten that all the way down. And what this does is has the effect of A, making the gun a little bigger, and when we tighten the leather down with the tension unit, it's actually going to stretch that leather around the gun that we've made slightly bigger with this plastic bag. So once we've done that, we're going to sit this aside, and we're going to come back in 45 minutes, an hour or so. You can even leave it overnight if you want, but if you want to go watch a quarter of football, that's great. Come back to your gun. At this point, the leather's going to be a little bit more stretched out, and we're going to give it a few more twists and turns, again 5-10 degrees or so, and then we're going to take the gun out. Take the gun out of the bag, and we're going to loosen that tension unit just a little bit. And we'll go ahead and put the gun in there, and now we see it's quite a bit looser, quite a bit smoother. If we're still not happy with it, we'll repeat the procedure, but we're going to use 2 bags this time. And again, the point is to make it a little bit bigger and to get it fully seated in there and to tighten that tension unit. And again, your second bag, set it aside, come back in an hour or so, try the same thing. And at this point, the holster should be pretty well broken in, and this one is now. And the last step, which is optional, is you can use our compound called Draw Easy. And this is a silicone-based lubricant for the inside of the holster. Comes in this little tiny half-ounce bottle, but a little goes a very long way. We use a little applicator. You can use a Q-tip. You can even use the tip of your finger. And we'll go inside the holster and hit the friction points, which are usually right around the trigger guard and right around the ejection port area. This will not harm the finish of your gun, so don't worry about that. Specifically designed not to. And this will once again increase the smoothness of the draw. Okay, so once you've done all that, you should have a pretty quick and smooth draw from your holster. So at that point, you can go ahead and put the holster on your belt and execute some practice draws with your unloaded gun.